Hey guys, what's up? Tacoman here, with a little bit of Hearthstone video for you, right? Everybody loves some Hearthstone. I think it's Hearthstone as you would call it, but this is going to be kind of the launching pad for my YouTube videos. Yay! I know there have been a fair few of you that have said, Tacoman, why do you just have Twitch? Why do you not have a YouTube? And to them I say, haha, now I do. But before I dive in and play some games here, I want to let you know I just tried to play some games before, and I won 5 out of 7, which is really rare for me, and I had them all recorded, but then what happened was the audio wasn't syncing up with my face. So the next question I'm sure you had was, Taco, why the hell are you not on screen like you usually are? And again, I say, I'm a noob and I didn't figure out how to sync up my audio. So for the first video here, we're just going to tear that part down and kind of deconstruct. So I'm going to go through this quickly just because I've already explained it a couple of times to absolutely nobody since you'll never see those videos. Let me go through my deck and show you what I have, and then I'm going to explain to you kind of how it works. And I'm going to go through real quickly. A lot of the decks that I have are garbage. They're test decks. But really this PvP one, the only one that's labeled non-custom is the one that works. And after that little bit of lag there, we can check it out. So ignore all this stuff here. If you're new to Hearthstone or if you're thinking about diving in, just for the purposes of me showing you this video here, I just don't pay attention to this because none of this is relevant to I've already picked out my deck. 2 Clockwork Gnomes, right? We're an Undertaker and Beast Rush deck, as I would call it, right? I don't know Hearthstone lingo very well in terms of, like, I don't research. I kind of do my own theory crafting, and I don't like to go out and see what other people are saying in the decks necessarily, just because it's great to do your research, but I think it's another thing to be entirely influenced, because then you become predictable. And I'm going to show you just one way of a couple ways that I try to be not predictable. I'm sure that's going to come back and bite me in the ass later in this video, but let's just check this out. So without further ado, 2 Clockwork Gnomes. Reason this is important is to get that Death Rattle, the spare part, back in your hand, right? Those 1-cost cards are huge. And if you're looking for a filler, a 1 gem might be all you need just to deplete all your gems in one turn. I do 1 Leper Gnome, not 2. I see a lot of people do 2, especially in the Death Rattle decks. The reason I only do 1 is because there are other cards in this that I need, right? That I would rather have as opposed to having the Leper Gnome. These are pretty interchangeable. I mean, you could do 2 Leper Gnomes, but these cards are much better that you get back from the Clockwork Gnomes. So the Leper is great if you're doing like a little heavier rush than I am, and there's no problem with that whatsoever. That be the case. Undertaker, right? This is bread and butter of your deck. You cannot get a better card right off the draw than you would get with an Undertaker. You want this card immediately. And you want both of them immediately because you want to play them. Especially if you're going second, you could throw both these cards out on the first turn. And then throw a lot of your real low-cost Death Rattles out very quickly, and you could just get rolling. You could end the game potentially by round 4, right? Webspinner, another Death Rattle. Greatest part about him is he will put any beast card in your deck. So that's a double-edged sword because you can get like that stupid parrot that puts a pirate in your hand and you don't have any pirates in this deck, or that crab that kills murlocs, which you could get lucky and maybe see a murloc deck nowadays. They're not very popular anymore. They used to be. So he's good because you can get a legendary card from him, and there are other really great beast cards that you can get. Freezing Trap. Now I can't stress this enough. While you need traps in your deck, you never want to have them in your hand, really. The reason I say that, and we'll get to them in a few things here, you have a minion called Mad Scientist that will pull that into your deck if you have it in your hand. So basically you're getting a free card out of it by having another card that's actually playable. Then Snake Trap. So I have 1 Snake Trap in my deck, and the reason for this is I was seeing a lot of people just play double Freezing Trap. This is actually the card here that I replaced my Leper Gnome with. He just goes so well with Knife Juggler, and he also throws a lot of people off because of Freezing Trap. You'll have people attack a minion because they feel like they're going to get frozen anyway, so they dive in with a regular minion to do that. And this is a situation where you can get 3, maybe even 6 more damage out on the board. He can be countered if somebody's intelligent about it enough. I mean, if they'd have to AoE to do it. But yeah, it can happen. So another card that pairs very well with Knife Juggler, which is another one we'll get to in a few seconds, is this, pardon me, I'm doing a little hiccup here, Haunted Creeper. So this one is a 2-cost Death Rattle, goes again well with the Undertaker, which you need. And then when it dies, it actually summons 2 more minions. If you have Knife Juggler on the board, he's going to throw out 2 more knives. Ironbeak Owl, you need a silence in your deck. I can't stress that enough. I used to run without one, and let me tell you, that will diminish any rush you have whatsoever. If you're pushing really hard and a Warlock is doing handlock and he throws out you know, a single taunt just to stop you, you have this to bypass, and you need it. Knife Juggler, I think I've already kind of explained. He also goes so well with Unleash the Hounds if the other guy has a ton of minions on the board, which as a hunter you never really want to see somebody get a ton of minions on the board, but that's a good way to kind of counter it. Mad Scientist is the one I was talking about before with the secrets in your deck. They have 3 secrets, and you only have 2 Mad Scientists, so at some point it's not going to be the worst thing in the world if you are to get another trap. You don't ever want to go a game where you have to use 3 traps, though, and that's the point I'm trying to make here. That's why I ended up using Snake Trap over that other Leper Gnome. Eaglehorn Bow, pretty self-explanatory. 3/2 durability. You get 1 durability for every secret that you have, and you got a couple of secrets to play off of here. So hopefully you can get another, you know, anywhere from 6 to 9 damage with this is what you'll typically see. Mostly just the 6. Don't panic if you have to throw out your 6 damage and get rid of your durability because you can't get a secret. This one's a great little card, right? 3 cost. You got a couple different options here. Now, important to know, Animal Companion counts as a spell up front, not as a beast, so be careful if you're playing a mage and you really want to get this minion on the board, because they may have a secret that counters it, so just be cautious of what you're playing. But anyway, what you get is Huffer, which is a 4/2. He is a card that does, when I say 4/2, that's 4 damage, 2 health. He'll rush, right? So he's charged right off the bat. You could just take him and do whatever you want with without having to wait a turn. The other one that you get is, well, it's not Loki, but I'm just going to say it's Loki. You guys can correct me down in the comments below. What that card does, he's 2/4, so he's got 4 health to attack. But he boosts everybody else that is currently on your board and gives them +1 health. Now, you need to be situational with that one, right? If you have this card, you hopefully just want to roll the dice and get that 33% chance to get the card that you were looking, or get that beast that you were looking for with this card. And then the other one, which, you know, not necessarily my favorite, is the Misha. I think it's Misha. It's the bear that's a 4/4 taunt. So, again, with a hunter deck, you want to be a little bit more rushy, so the other 2 are better. But Misha's not terribly bad, especially if you're playing somebody else who can't deal with that. But typically you'll see somebody probably has a 1-cost minion for 2/1, and they'll be able to get rid of Misha like right away. But it's good because they'll sacrifice to get rid of. Now, I'm going to stop on this one just because I cannot stress the importance of this card here. That's why there are 2 of them, and there should always be 2 of them in your deck. This is single-handedly the most important card that you can play as a hunter. Kill Command will bypass any kind of taunt at all. The only person that can counter them, again, correct me if I'm wrong, is a mage with Counterspell. If a mage has a secret Counterspell, you should already be kind of cautious and try to ditch another spell. Another reason why Clockwork Gnome could be handy with those 1-cost spells. But guys, this is 10 damage uninterrupted, and you can throw it anywhere on the board. You could potentially get 12 damage out on 1 turn just by using 8 gems. So you'd use the 3/3 for the kill command, which is 10, and then you use your steady shot, which is your hunter's ability that he can use when he has no cards to play, or when you choose to get the other 2 off. And if you have Eaglehorn Bow on your thing, you're doing half of the other hero's damage right in 1 turn. So just something to be aware of. Unleash the Hounds is great for when somebody's minion capped, then you can pretty much just run the board. Again, with Knife Juggler, I can't tell you how much that's come in handy. Houndmaster is good because he's 4/3, cost 4. He boosts another minion, boosts another beast specifically to give him a 2/2 and a taunt. If you're getting rushed hard, this is a good one to stop that rush. You only have 2 taunts in your deck, this being part of one of them. So use them wisely if you need to, and pray that you get them if you do ever need them. Piloted Shredder is like the only one that I have with 4 gems, him and Houndmaster, so I just needed to fill that in. I like him better than I like the 4/5 that gives you another spare part, just because I'd rather take another minion on the board for somebody to have to deal with than an extra card that I have to use another gem to do. So this is a great card to have. Plus Death Rattle, again, pairs well with Undertaker. Sludge Belcher is for that, negating the rush that you have. And then Savannah Highmane, another Death Rattle, 2/2 beast, high cost. If you can get him on the board, you've already rushed pretty well. Somebody could see that and be like, 6 damage, I can't stop that. It's pretty much a good game at that point. So without further ado, for what is technically the first or the third time for me, will be the first time for you guys. Let's dive in. So I am rank 5, midway up that tree, right around, and I'm jinxing myself here, I know, and I'm knocking on wood here. I get up to about half stars, and then I get knocked back. So just a heads up, because I might have to stop this video and come back. Sometimes Hearthstone will freeze on me here on the loading screen, like you're seeing right here. That little stutter actually lets me know that I'm getting into a match. Whereas what I meant is it'll keep spinning and spinning and spinning and never stop. So we got a little lucky here that we're going to be able to play a game. Now, I have a little bit of trouble with Paladin decks. Kill Command, again, I said was a really important card, and it very much is. It pains me to get rid of it, but I don't like this starting hand at all, especially when I'm starting it. I want to get a minion down the board. I'm going to leave him. The reason I'm leaving the Haunted Creeper in is because he can pull out a 1/1 minion anytime, and I would like to get rid of those, because if he makes it to turn 5 and has that Quartermaster, he'll increase all of them by 2/2, making them 3/3. Again, for anybody who doesn't know Hearthstone lingo, I apologize. Like, I'm just kind of sprouting off facts left and right here. Basically what that means is, if you look, I'll take my mouse and show you. This is, when I say 2/2, I'm talking about the attack being 2, and then when they say 2 on the other one, that means he has 2 health. So he can pull out a Silverhand Recruit, which is 1/1, but he has another card in his deck that will increase their power to have 3 attack and 3 health. So I don't want those on the board, because he can get nasty really quickly if he does that. So he's probably going to play with the shield. I knew it. That's a very powerful card. This one can do something about that. So he'll probably go to the face on the Hunter. I'm going to have to hit him here just to get rid of that shield. And then I'll use Eaglehorn Bow to get rid of it, so he's not doing 2, 4, 6 damage. So just as I predicted, we're going to do this, this, and this, and then we're going to end the turn. So we have a response for this one. If he pulls out another one, we'll have a response for that. Like I said, I'm okay with sacrificing these Spectral minions, as apparently he's okay doing the same thing. Now, I'm not a fan of that, so what I'm going to do here is just throw this guy down, and then get that damage out. I didn't attack him to get rid of it, because if he throws himself at this card like he was intending to, Freeze Trap is going to put him right back in his deck and make him cost more. That's not what he's looking to do. But he's going to have to. I think that's a 3-cost minion. Yeah, it's a 3-cost minion. So now that minion that does 1 damage is going to cost him 5 gems. So he's not going to be able to draw like he was hoping. Plus, we got another durability back on our bow, so now we can get 9 damage out of it. Overall, right? We already threw 3 out, though. Again, so let's see what we end up with here. Now we don't need to sacrifice this like we thought we might have to. My only worry here is that he has... that a Consecration wouldn't really matter. I mean, it would kill 2 minions off. He might have to do that. Okay, so that's the next worst thing. This is why I said I don't really like... Let's see, what's the name of him? Misha. Yeah, Misha. I'm not a huge fan, but he did have to take 4 damage to the face to accomplish that. Things that I don't want to do right now, right? Remember I told you Knife Juggler goes very well with Unleash the Hounds. This is kind of like a dump turn here. I'm just going to throw the damage out to get rid of it. And make him think I really don't have anything to play at this point. Let's see what he does. He's going to hang on to that True Silver champion. It's a weird name for a sword, True Silver champion. He's going to hang on to it until he sees a minion that he can get rid of. Interesting choice. Oh, I guess he's just going to go for the throat here. Oakley dokley. What can we do? We do this. Yeah. So now I'm actually comfortable putting that one out there. Because he's protected, and he's protected pretty well. Sylvanas isn't going to take it over unless he finds a way to magically kill Sylvanas that I'm not aware of. We don't have any beasts out on the board just yet, but we will when we unleash the hounds, and we've got kill command, so we could end this, I think, next turn. If he doesn't get a taunt down, I think we can finish this one off next turn. That would be 3, 6, 7, 8, 5. That's 13, yeah. So that'd be 15 damage that we could put out next turn if he were to leave everything out that we have right now. But Sludge Belcher is going down, so we will not be able to end this next turn. He's trying to decide what he's going to do his AoE right now. He's going to Consecrate, which he doesn't want to do. I knew it. So he thought he didn't want to do that because he wants Sylvanas to take something over, right? So let's see. That would be... I gotta calculate this super quick. Oh, wait, hold on. We could do... Let's do this. We'll go 4. We can do... Let's get rid of this now while we can. I don't want him to do... I'd rather play this one out. Yeah, I'd rather play that one out. Yeah, that's a minion. Doesn't count as a beast. I always think that the Houndmaster should, but would the Houndmaster also be a beast? Doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Hashtag Warcraft logic. Because that's what this is based off of. No surprises there. But, oh! If I get a beast here, a low-cost beast, shit. Let's do that. Not gonna make a difference. Actually, yeah, it is. Let's see what he does. He can do 11, 13 damage. If he has a Consecrate, it's game over. Or if he has a True Silver Champion, he can just replace what he has right now and end it. But I absolutely am drawing dead if I don't get a Beast. So this leads me to believe that he can end the game right here. He wants to take over that Clockwork Gnome if he does this, which is fine. We don't need it. We have to end it next turn. So I need a Beast. And we're going to have 10 gems, so pretty much any Beast will do. There are a few to draw from. So, again, we're going for broke here. We've got kill command. Oh, no, wait. Shit. What am I talking about? I can end it next turn anyway. What the fuck am I talking about? It's game over. Yeah, it's game over. Sorry, guys. I was being an idiot. I'm going to use kill command to get 3 damage and then just Hunter Sting right here and just say GG. Oh, wait, hold on. I had to make him think that for a second he was going to get away with that. That was a douche move. Never do that if you're a Hearthstone player, please. Yeah, so what I was thinking in my head was that I needed a beast to just bypass that, but then I always forget that I have steady shot to use. So you get 5 damage out of it anyway, and I just needed the 4. So him hitting me... oh, I guess it really didn't do anything. It's 5 damage, 5 damage. We're going to do one more. Again, because I'm kind of in a win streak right now, knock on wood again. Actually, I think this one will give us a bonus star if we get it, which would put us up to rank 4, therefore making it the highest rank ever. So let me just continually knock on wood. Oh, see, we're already jinxed. So yeah, I got to stop this video anyway, because here's that roly thing I was talking about. Blizzard, fix your nonsense. This is your fault. So... yeah, like I said, I'll just end it here, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping in and watching the first YouTube video that I've got in the series. If you like it, let me know. I mean, I really do need your feedback down in the comment section. If you hate it, then you suck. But I'd like to hear from everybody. If you're not doing so already, follow me on Twitter at Tacoman TV. Let's talk that way. And then we do have a Facebook page. I'll put it down in the description below. Yeah, and then any questions that you have maybe about the Hunter deck, feel free and let me know. I'd love to answer. I'd love to talk Hearthstone. And for anything else that you need, make sure you tune in to Tacoman TV live on Twitch. I'll also put that down in the description below. Take care, guys.